How do you know? When the storm wasn't punishment but purification. When life wasn't trying to break you, it was trying to wake you. Every soul walks through a sacred fire. It burns away the false until only truth remains. And when the lesson is complete, something in you shifts. You no longer chase peace, you become it. If you're listening to this, you may have already passed your soul's greatest tests. Because let's be honest, sometimes life throws us into the deep end, and it feels like we're being tested beyond our limits. We grapple with heartbreak, career setbacks, health challenges, or existential crises. And in the thick of it, it's easy to wonder, why me? What did I do to deserve this? But what if that pain, that intense struggle wasn't random at all? What if it wasn't some cosmic punishment for perceived missteps, but instead a sacred initiation? A meticulously designed test for your soul, meant not to break you, but to make you? Think about it. Every single one of us on this journey we call life endures these profound moments. These aren't just bad days or tough times. These are the crucible moments, the turning points, the experiences that force us to shed old skin, confront our deepest fears, and ultimately evolve. In today's video, we're going to explore 7 undeniable signs that you haven't just survived a major life challenge, but you've actually passed a major soul lesson. You've integrated the wisdom, emerged stronger, and stepped into a more authentic, aligned version of yourself. So, if you've been wondering if that intense period you just navigated had a deeper purpose, stick around. You might just find the affirmation you've been looking for. Let's dive in. It's fascinating, isn't it? The true measure of a lesson learned often isn't felt in the agonizing grip of the suffering itself, but in the quiet, profound transformation that unfolds after the storm has passed. It's in who we become, in the subtle shifts in our perspective and our actions, that we find the evidence of our soul's growth. And that brings us to our very first, and perhaps one of the most significant, signs that you have truly passed a major soul lesson. Think about a time when you were deeply hurt, betrayed, or wronged. What was your initial raw gut reaction? For many of us, it's a burning desire for retribution. We want the person or situation that caused us pain to feel that pain too. We crave justice, yes, but often it's intertwined with a desperate need for the scales to be balanced through someone else's suffering. That journey from seeking external retribution to internal understanding is truly transformative. It clears the path for something even more profound to take root within us. And that brings us to our second powerful sign that you've integrated a significant soul lesson. In our earlier stages of development, or when we're deeply enmeshed in a particular challenge, we often crave external validation like a thirst. We want to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be told that we're doing okay, that we're worthy, that our choices are correct. This need for approval can drive so much of our behavior, from how we dress, to the careers we choose, to the relationships we maintain, even when they no longer serve us. Shifting from seeking external approval to valuing internal peace is a monumental step. It's about finding contentment within yourself, regardless of what's happening around you. And when you reach that stage, another powerful indicator of a major soul lesson passed often emerges. Now, what do I mean by arguing with life? It's that subtle, often unconscious resistance we have to reality. It's the "why is this happening to me?" or "this shouldn't be this way." It's the constant internal battle against circumstances, people, or events that don't align with our expectations or desires. We grip tightly to how we think things ought to be. And when life presents something different, we fight it tooth and nail. Learning to let go of the argument with life, to accept what is, opens up immense inner freedom. And from that space of greater self-acceptance and peace, our capacity to connect with others also transforms. This brings us to our fourth powerful sign. Now, many of us pride ourselves on being empathetic. We want to be there for our friends, our family, our loved ones when they're struggling. And that desire is beautiful. However, before we've truly passed this soul lesson, our empathy often comes with a hidden cost. We absorb their pain. We might find ourselves feeling just as distraught, just as anxious, or just as angry as the person we're trying to help. We walk away from those conversations feeling drained, heavy, and overwhelmed, sometimes without even realizing that we've taken on emotional baggage that isn't ours to carry. Learning to maintain our energetic boundaries while still offering genuine empathy is a true testament to emotional mastery. This leads us to our fifth powerful sign. In many stages of life, our desires can feel complex, numerous, and often very externally focused. We might crave the bigger house, the fancier car, the next promotion, a specific relationship status, or the approval of a certain group. There's nothing inherently wrong with these things, but often the hunger behind them is about having, accumulating, possessing, achieving outwardly. We chase these external markers, believing that they will finally bring us lasting happiness, fulfillment, or a sense of worth. As our desires simplify and deepen, as we shift our focus from mere having to profound becoming, something else remarkable often starts to happen. It's like the universe itself begins to speak to us in a language we can finally understand. This brings us to our sixth fascinating sign that you've passed a major soul lesson. Have you ever noticed those seemingly random coincidences that feel more than random? Perhaps you think of an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, and moments later, they text you. Or you're wrestling with a difficult decision, and suddenly a book falls off a shelf, opening to a page that gives you the exact insight you needed. Maybe you keep seeing recurring numbers, like 111 or 333 at significant moments. Before we've integrated certain lessons, these might just feel like odd quirks of fate, or we might dismiss them entirely. Life often feels like a series of disconnected, coincidental events, a bit chaotic, sometimes random, sometimes just plain unlucky. That heightened sense of synchronicity, that feeling that life is being perfectly orchestrated, doesn't just provide comfort. It fundamentally changes our relationship with the future. It leads us directly to the seventh, and arguably the most powerful, sign that you have successfully passed a major soul lesson. Sign 7, you trust the unknown. Think back to those storm moments we talked about at the beginning. When we are stuck in the lesson, the unknown feels terrifying. It feels like a gaping abyss. Our natural instinct is to cling to control, to frantically try and plan, manipulate, or force an outcome because the potential for pain is paralyzing. Fear drives the engine. But when the lesson is truly integrated, the paralyzing fear transforms into quiet faith. You don't know exactly what's coming next, but you no longer feel the need to micromanage every detail. You understand that the same divine intelligence that guided you through the breaking will guide you through the blessing. Fear no longer holds the steering wheel. You've learned that surrender isn't T giving up at S handing the map to something greater. You don't rush to fill the silence anymore. You sit in it, knowing that your story is already being written in the unseen. So, we'd have journeyed through these 7 profound shifts, from releasing the need for revenge to finding peace over validation, from stopping the argument with life to embracing the unknown. The whole purpose of this journey is not just to survive the fire, but to allow it to refine you. The hardest truth of spiritual growth is that you have to lose yourself to find yourself. You have to be broken open to truly expand. If you recognize even 1 or 2 of these signs in your own life today, take a moment. Pause. Acknowledge the immense inner work you have done. You didn't just endure, you integrated. You didn't just survive, you transcended. The storm was indeed a purification, and you are living proof of its success. Because ultimately, the goal of the soul lesson isn't to find an external reward, or a gold star, or even a perfect easy life. The true sign that the major soul lesson is complete is this: when the storm passes, and you no longer look for the rainbow, you realize you have become it. That's it for our 7 signs that you've passed a major soul lesson. I would like to hear from you. Which of these 7 signs resonated the most with your journey? Was it the moment you chose understanding over revenge? Or when peace became more rewarding than validation? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, every deep scar you carry is just proof of a battle you won on a soul level. Don't minimize the intensity of the storm you faced, but please don't let its memory dim your light. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content on deep spiritual growth, and share this video with someone who needs to be reminded of their resilience. Until next time, keep doing the sacred work. We'll see you soon, and remember, your light, your calm, your stillness, they're not signs that you've escaped the lesson. They're proof that you've embodied it. So breathe honor how far you've come. You've already walked through the fire. Now shine. Universal Consciousness signing out.